Hello guys, how you guys doing? You're welcome to my channel. On today's video, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew a bralette. We have three major measurements when you want to cut and sew a bralette. The first measurement is that you measure from your upper bust to your under bust. That's the one. The second one, you measure for your mid chest to your side bust. That's the second measurement you take. While the third measurement is that you measure round your under bust. So now we're making use of this Ankara print for the bralette, and the measurement I'm using for this, the upper bust to the under bust is 7 inches, while the mid chest to the side bust is 7 inches, and the round under bust is 28 inches. 7 inches, then I'll add 1 inches for seam allowance. So now fold my fabric like this. You can see the way I fold in my fabric. I fold it like this. You can see is on fold now. Now I will mark 4 inches. You know, this on fold, when I open it is 8 inches. I'll mark 4 inches. You can see the way I mark my 4 inches. Is on fold, when I open it is 8 inches. Then I'll mark 8 inches down like this. 8 inches down like this, and I will connect the lines together. So now you can see the way I mark. Now we have to connect this 4 inches mark to this 8 inches mark here like this. You just draw it with your free hand. Let's use free hand method for this. You can see the way I shape it in. This is how you draw this. Now let me cut it out and show you guys what it looks like. I'm through with the cutting of the back up. Now I'll use the fabric as the lining. So I'll be using this for the lining also. Then we'll cut this. So now I'm done with the cutting of the fabric and the lining. Now I'll pin this down. This place that I'm pinning down, that's where we'll sew. We sew on 1/2 inches. The fabric and the lining together, which is 8 pieces. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now I'll go to my sewing machine to sew on 1/2 inches for all the fabrics. Okay, I'm done with the sewing of the cups. You can see I sew on 1/2 inches. 1/2 inches with the lining and the fabric. I sew everything on 1/2 inches. Now I have to trim it out a little. I'm trimming this out. I'm done with the trimming, but before we work on the cups, let's work on the strap. Now we'll keep this aside and work on the strap. This is the strap we're using. The length of the strap is 20.5, and I cut it on 2 inches. Then I fold it half inches in a bias way, and I'll be sewing on the edge like this for the 2 strap. Now let me go and sew this. I'm done with the sewing of the strap. This is my 2 strap. So now I'll bring in the cup. So this is the cup. Then I'll bring the strap this way the strap. I'll put it in between like this and pin it down. After pinning it down, I'll bring the lining and make the lining be in between the cup like this. You can see how it looks. Then I'll pin it all around because we'll be sewing on this edge like this. So now let me pin this down. I'll do the same thing to the other cup also. You can see the way I put my strap. I put it in between on this joint in here. That's where I put my strap. And I will pin it down like this. Then I'll bring in the lining and put it in between. The strap will be in between the lining and the fabric. Then I'll pin also. So now I'll go to the sewing machine and I will sew on this 1/2 inches all round. Let me sew it and show you guys. I'm done with the sewing of the bralette. You can see where I sew round like this. Now I'll trim in the edges out. And after trimming it, I will turn it to the front. You can see how it looks now. I'll give this a good press to press the sides open. I'll do the same thing to the other side also. I'm done with the pressing of the cup. I didn't press, I press with my tailor arm like this. That's how I press it, and I press the sides also. So now let's work with the band. Like I said, the band is 28 inches. So into 2 like this is 14. So this is my 14 inches for the band, and I make it by 8. So by the time I fold it in like this, because this will be the lining, to be like this, I'm using the fabric as the lining also. So now, before we do that, we have to get the midpoint of the band. So you launch it like this, you can see, and you place the cup like this. You can see the way I place my cup. You pin it down. Then you bring the other cup also, right side facing right side like this. The place the launch is, you can see where. Then you place it, you make it overlap a little, not much, or just a little, like the way I make this. You can see the way I drop it like this. You can see just small, and you pin down and pin. After pinning this, now we have to fold this in so we can turn it inside out. We don't want the joining to be outside, so you bring this like this and turn it in. You make sure the launches are together. You can see the way it is. So now we'll be sewing on 1/2 inches. On 1/2 inches, you sew on 1/2 inches like this, straight down. So now let me sew this and show you guys. Okay, I'm done with the sewing. You can see I sew on 1/2 inches. Now we have to trim this out. We don't want this piece to be bulky. After trimming out, now we'll turn it to the front. Okay guys, I'm done with the pressing of the band. You can see how it looks. Now you have to determine if a zip you want to put, or elastic, or lacing. Well, I'll be lacing this, so I have to remove 2 inches from the band, this 2 inches, 2 inches, because I want to lace the back. So I've cut it out. Now I'll bring in my lace. So I'll be cutting this, let's just say 2.5. This is 3. I'll be making use of 6 for the back for the lacing. I'll fold this like this. You can see the way I fold it. I'll be putting it in this place, but before then I'll fold this place in a little. Then I'll put in the lace bar in it like this. I'll do for the both sides of the band. So now let me do this and show you guys. Okay guys, I'm done with the lacing of the back. You can see how it looks. Thank you guys for watching to the end. See you guys on my next video, but let me display this for you to see on my dress form.